Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Fly Like an Eagle podcast, pre-game edition. How's everyone doing? I'm with my guys James Scorza, Joe Marks from Patterson Ave Sports. And really quick, guys, really quick, I gotta announce a couple things. So if you guys are new, if you guys seen on the channel, I recorded a couple reaction videos. So I reacted to the Eagles and Cowboys game, and I reacted to the NFL preview of the Eagles and Chiefs. So make sure you guys go check that out. A lot more of these reactions are coming to the channel. Appreciate that. How you guys doing, man? Joe, how you doing, bro?
I am good. Unlike a lot of people that are skeptical that the Eagles are not as good as they set out to be, I still feel really confident going into Kansas City this week.
I do too. James?
Yeah, as do I. I feel pretty good about this game overall. Bit of a crazy week, obviously. Hope everybody's doing well. Tonight's a busy night for me. I got you guys for the next hour, and also heading over to 2300 to see a couple bands. My dad's playing tonight. So, by the way, speaking of that, I would rather give the shout out right now. So, if anybody is interested in seeing some good bands tonight over at 2300. We have Seems Like Tuesday. Erica Gagliardi is a very familiar very familiar voice in the Philadelphia region. She's playing with her band Seems Like Tuesday tonight, along with my dad's band Psychedelic Elders and Tony Mecca and the Heavy Metal Gypsies. So if you are not doing anything, I would advise everybody to go to see 2300 tonight to see a couple bands, kick ass, and get us ready for another exciting week in the Philadelphia area because obviously the Eagles taking on the Chiefs. But overall, like I said, if anybody is interested in like seeing this tonight, I would really much appreciate it, and we all know how much that we love our followers and our listeners. So anybody who is interested in seeing that tonight, I advise you to tell them that James sent you or the bands that included. So I'm repping Seems Like Tuesday tonight, and hopefully we don't have to break another, looking for another heartbreak, like Erica Gagliardi's band would say. But overall, we got a lot to get to. Obviously, we got a lot to get to on this very important show. So Mitch, take it away, my brother.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you. So first off, let's get started with Jalen Carter. Now, you guys remember last week he spit on Dak Prescott. Everyone was wondering, is he going to get suspended, big fine, and all of this. So basically, he got suspended for the game last week against the Cowboys. So that negated the suspension. And then he only got fined $57,000, $222, which is basically his game paycheck. So he does not have a paycheck, but thankfully he's going to be able to play on Sunday against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So, James, take it away. How do you feel about that?
Um, I mean, I feel good about it. I feel pretty good about what this team is going to be like this week. Obviously, you think about what happened last week with that disappointing spit that happened with Jalen Carter. Um, Honestly, I think this might be the week that Jalen Carter comes out and he just has a chip on his shoulder because he didn't play a majority of the game. Obviously, he got disqualified due to that spit that happened literally in the first play of the game. So I'm guessing he's going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder more than anything like that. But for me, I think it's going to come down to the defense, what they're going to look like in the at the ending parts of the game. And I appreciate. He says my dad brings up a good shout out here about the 2300 show tonight in South Philly, and likewise, I do appreciate that you guys are followers of my show too, so it means a lot to me too. But yeah, I mean, I feel confident. I feel like they're going to be. This is going to be a game that's going to depend on who's going to have the football last. It's going to be either like if the Eagles have the lead, you got to rely on the defense and Patrick Mahomes to look for a stop, or maybe like the Eagles have to do like even my dad brings up a solid point here before I came on here. He says that if the Eagles have a 2 touchdown lead, maybe that's something more affordable for the Eagles to have, and I think that's going to be what's going to really come down to is that especially even with Za'Darius Smith. So there's going to be a lot of new guys in Midnight Green on Sunday afternoon. So I'll be anxious to see what they have in store against this good Chiefs team.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
Well, I gotta say this first and foremost about the Jalen Carter thing. I got advice for Jalen Carter. Next time that someone wants to provoke you and poke the bear, just open your hands and smack him in the face. because
Yeah.
apparently you can't get thrown out for that.
No,
Or
you get it.
No, you can't.
or take your hand, grab their face mask, and rip their helmet off. Because you can't get thrown out for that either. Because that happened. Both those situations happened this past weekend on week 1 of the NFL season, and neither player got ejected from the game. So
Hmm.
instead of spitting, just be physical. Be physical with the guy. I mean,
Keep your
because
discipline too. That's
yeah.
the other thing. That's the other thing too.
Well,
I say too. Go ahead.
here's my thing. I know what Dak was trying to do there.
Hmm.
He was trying to hand a punk card to Jalen Carter.
Yeah, retaliation.
And he was trying to go, okay, look, our best defensive player is gone. Not Jalen Carter's fault, not the Philadelphia Eagles' fault, but our guy is gone.
Hmm.
That whole thing with Dak and the whole Cowboys that whole night made me feel like they were so desperate. They were so desperate for a win. They were willing to go to such great lengths to just undermine the game.
Hmm.
Okay, play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Now, moving to the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hmm.
Chris Jones and Jalen Carter, the two best defensive tackles in the game, again in this game. And I think Jalen Carter, I agree with James. I think Jalen Carter is going to come in with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to be silent and he's going to be violent because he is going to want to get all that aggression. You got to remember, he got ejected before the game even started. So he had to go back and watch that game from the locker room. All of that pent up rage is just there. And on Sunday, he gets to release it.
Hmm.
Now, Patrick Mahomes is dealing with a very young offensive line, a lot of rookies on that offensive line.
Yeah.
He also doesn't have his top 2 receivers,
Hmm.
which is going to, lead to a little bit of disruption. Cooper DeJean, I feel like, and Zach Bond are going to cover Travis Kelce like a blanket and force Patrick Mahomes to give it to someone else. He's going to force them to throw it to Thornton or throw it to Schuster or throw it out of the backfield to Pacheco. You can bet your bottom dollar that guys like Adoree Jackson, who got exposed down in the Cowboys game, you can bet your bottom dollar that that's not going to be a problem this week. I predict 5 sacks by Philadelphia Eagles defense.
Hmm.
All right. James, before I give my opinion, would you like to read this comment?
Yeah, for sure. So my dad brings up a good point here. He says that Carter will be watched by officials very closely, so he needs to keep his cool, and also not try to bait again like he did the last time. So that's
Yeah. So 2 things. One, the defense is built around Jalen Carter. I'm sure
Sure.
we all can agree with that. It's built around him.
Yeah.
2, Adoree Jackson is pretty much going to start at CB2.
Okay.
And I'm like, ugh. But here's the kicker. Jalen Carter is now in the game. So there's
Yeah.
going to be more pressure on the quarterback, ergo Mahomes, to throw the ball. And the wide receivers are injured. They're pretty much not going to be playing. So this is a good game for Adoree Jackson to start. This
Yeah.
is a very good game. Not like last game. Because last game he got torsed. And CB2 just got torsed out of the wazoo.
Yeah.
So this is a very good sign for Adoree Jackson going forward. I'm a
Now,
fan of it. I like it. Yep.
if the depth chart is correct, and I'm not sure if it will be, because
I'll bring it up.
You can move this around.
Mhm.
That Zadarius Smith should be lining up next to Jalen Carter on Sunday.
All
So
right.
that's going to be an interesting little tandem on that side. So I'm going to be interested to see how much pressure either Jalen Carter gets for Zadarius Smith or how much penetration Jalen Carter gets on his own.
So as of right now, according to ESPN's the depth chart, I'm gonna bring up the screen. Give me 1 second. There we go. So according to this right here, you got Moro Jomo on the left defensive end, nose tackle Jordan Davis, right defensive end Jalen Carter, and Nolan Smith. So there was no Jadarius Smith in the beginning. He's on the second line,
Hmm.
according to ESPN.
Right.
But you guys know anything can switch in a blink of an eye.
Right.
So as of right now, this is and it's Ezo Jalari's on the third by himself.
Hmm.
He's just there lonely.
Honestly, I mean, I'm gonna ask this of you guys. You know, Ojulari was a healthy scratch last week,
Yes. Yeah.
and now he's on the third line. You know, my feeling uh, is that a bust? Is he the new Bryce Huff?
Hmm. It's a good question.
I don't know if I could say that right now because it's only been the first game.
Right.
So give it a couple games for me to see, but
Okay.
he's leaning towards that route.
Yeah.
He's leaning
I
towards
think
that
Josh
route right
Uche
now.
is going around that same route too. Gonna admit.
Yeah, I forgot about Gatu. I forgot about him. I was
Yeah,
like, damn.
it's interesting because you think about it. I mean, the thing about it too, I thought Ojulari would have easily probably could have been a fit here because you think about like obviously Joe Shea getting rid of Giants players in their prime. I'm thinking like he did it with Saquon. I'm thinking like okay, maybe he could do it with Ojulari, but yeah, he's been a
Not
big
every ex
disappointment.
Giant's a hit. Not every ex Giant's a hit.
Yeah, maybe Joe Shea got it right on this one. Hopefully he'll prove me wrong, but I want to know.
So the Philadelphia Eagles made a trade a couple days ago, and last week's show, we covered it. Breaking news: how they brought in Jadarius Smith. Now the Eagles brought in a running back, Tank Bigsby, who is originally from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we traded away a couple picks. I like it. The only thing it's telling me is that Will Shipley is going to be out for a long time. Will
Yeah.
Shipley's actually going to be out for 6 to 12 weeks with
Mm.
his rib injury.
Mm.
So I'm like, good move by Howie, but I still want another CB2. I'm going to go with Joe here. How do you feel about Tank Bigsby besides his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the name is definitely probably the greatest thing about him. From what I've read and done research, Tank is going to be a special teamer. I think AJ Dillon is going to take a lot of the reps that Shipley would have taken. I think Bigsby has some upside with some of the speed and his cutting ability and how he kind of sees the field. There is a little bit of fumbleitis that he has. In 2 years at Jacksonville. He's had six fumbles, and he's had 2 other receptions that he dropped into defenders' hands for interceptions. So all total, he's responsible for 8 turnovers in 2 years. And so from my standpoint, when you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, I need to have guys that, especially if you're talking like second or third string guys, they need to play very regimented football. No mistakes. I mean, I hate to say it, but like I watched the Pittsburgh Steelers game last week and I saw our old boy Kenny G running the ball, and I'm like, Kenny G's their running back. I'm like,
right.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, and Kenny G had a fumble in the game, late in the game, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's accurate. I like that. That's the reason why we weren't in love with him, is because he couldn't hold on to the football.
Same with Miles Sanders too. He fumbled.
Exactly.
Same
And
thing, right?
he fumbled in Thursday's game too.
Yep.
So you're talking about, having these guys that are, have this fumble bug. It's not, I wouldn't put him above AJ Dillon right now. I'm resting. He can be a special teamer. I still think Aeneas Smith is your primary special teams punt return.
James.
Well, it's a good question because you think about it. I mean, you got so many running backs in the room. Obviously, I do get what you're saying about Shipley being out, Mitch. Is that he's going to be out for a while, so that's going to be something to keep a close eye on. But I think for me, the reason why they brought him in here is because they probably need a special teamer, and I think Bixby fits that narrative. I think I think one of the reasons why they brought him in is because he's not like Devin Hester or God forbid like Darren Sproles here, but he'll probably give a little bit of a juice of on that special team front about being the punt returner or the kick returner like a Nice Smith, like you even alluded to, Joe. So yeah, I mean, I like the move. I think it's a very good, solid move, especially being like as it could be with the running back core being a little bit shorthanded due to the Shipley's injury. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. I think AJ Dillon has shown me a lot of poise that he ever since Shipley went out with that injury. He's shown me a little bit of poise last week of look Eric Blunt a little bit. I think that's probably another key factor. But yeah, I think Bigsby fits the narrative. I think he's going to do pretty good here, and I think the reason why they probably brought him in is because because you see what's going on with the kickoffs nowadays. The kickoffs are like getting returned now, so I'm thinking like maybe one of these times he returns one in for a touchdown or something. Or yeah, he'll be a kick returner. Exactly right. Like my
Well,
dad.
you also have to keep something else in mind. There was another injury in the backfield. Then
Yeah.
that's Ben Van
Yeah.
like even though he was the fullback, he was a special
That's
teamer.
true.
So like you lost that person for the season pretty much.
Mhm.
And so you needed to with Shipley, you already needed to bring someone in when Van Sumeren went down. Then when Shipley went down, you were like, okay, we really need to bring in somebody. Like we're really thin in the running back spot. So I think that's one of the reasons why they brought Big B in. And look, I'm still of the opinion that Howe is not done with the trades.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you.
So I'm actually glad you brought that up, Joe, with him not being done with trades, because this came out at 3:53 p.m. right before we went live by Adam Schefter. Eagles ruled out tight end Dallas Goedert with a knee injury, running back Will Shipley with his oblique, and tackle Cameron Williams with his shoulder for the Sunday Super Bowl rematch in Kansas City. So my question to you guys: is Howard Rosen going to trade for another tight end? Do you think it's time where we just cut the cord with Dallas Goedert because he's too injury prone? One, it's been week 1 and he's already out.
Yeah, that's too much.
He had the most targets. He had the most catches out of last week, which was 8, which is perfect against Dallas. Of course, Dallas leads the receptions in Dallas against Dallas. Of course. But, yeah, so are we going to trade for a tight end? I'm going to go with James first.
Well, Mitch, it's a very good question because, like, I know for sure it's like you can't trust Dallas Goedert with all these lack of injuries that he has. It's kind of like kind of feels like we're back to step 1 with the tight end core.
Right.
But the thing that sticks out to me the most is I don't know who's a good tight end out there that could be a factor. Maybe somebody like Noah Fant, maybe from like the former Broncos / Seattle Seahawk. There's I don't want to bring in Jimmy Graham because like Jimmy Graham's like 100 years old, so I'm like thinking like
I like Jimmy Graham, but
yeah. You know what I mean. I mean, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, he's a really good player, but I don't know. I don't know what you do with that, honestly.
So I got someone, but I want Joe to answer this first, and I'll give you the tight end.
I might be reading your mind because there was a rumor swirling around.
Wait, what is it?
But
what's the tight end?
There was a rumor swirling around a month or two ago, and I said there's no way. But with what you're saying and what could be accurate, Kyle Pitts could be coming to the Philadelphia.
Yep. And actually, shout out to my guy AK, who's actually the co-founder with me at Hardcore Sports Network. He called me about, what was it, right after the Super Bowl. And he goes, Mitch, we're going to trade for Kyle Pitts. Give up a third for Kyle Pitts.
I didn't even think of that.
I'm like, it makes sense, but there's no way Atlanta would do that, though.
No.
That's my question. Why would they were going to want more? Not just a third, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you, like, if Kyle Pitts, I mean, is he even? I didn't see much of a game last week with the Falcon game. Was he even effective in that game against Tampa Bay last week?
Let me bring it up. Give me 1 second here.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's gonna be a bust here if we bring him up here, but maybe he'll be a good fit here. He could.
he's a talented tight end. He's still on his rookie deal. This is a
Mhm.
guy that was a high draft pick. He's got a high upside, high athletic ceiling.
Oh yeah.
I think he's a good pickup. I'm with Mitch. If you tell me today, you give me a 3rd round pick, I'll give you Kyle Pitts. Straight
Mhm.
up,
Right.
where do I sign?
Yeah.
But I'm with Mitch. I feel like it's going to take a lot more than that.
Yeah.
If the Falcons would
That's
be-
where I'm kind of at too. Gonna admit.
that kind of particular trade offer, 3rd rounder for Kyle Pitts straight up, just sounds like fool's gold.
Yeah. So according to ESPN.com, I went into the stats of last week's game where Atlanta played, and it's actually Kyle Pitts Sr. So I didn't know that. He has a kid named Kyle Pitts now. Okay. But he had 7
me.
receptions for 59 yards, and his long field goal 14, target 8. So he only had 1 drop. And that was with the guy with Michael Penix, or if you guys saw the clip online, Michael Penis Jr.
Oh,
But
Jesus. Oh God.
but yeah, he was effective. He definitely was. Atlanta did lose to the Buccaneers though.
That was a
Yeah.
crazy game. I was watching that on Red Zone. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was too. I was definitely on my seat. Edge of my seat. Wait, how old is Kyle Pitts again?
He's not.
He's
that
probably
old.
like in his It's probably still
mid
young.
20s, mid 20s.
Mid 20s. I was thinking that too.
24.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh wow.
24.
Oh
But he
wow.
was only drafted like 2-3 years ago.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like, yeah, it was like he was
Right.
drafted in 20. Was it 21?
22.
Because
It was
22. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 22. Okay. Because I
So-
remember we put a book out on I think it was like the draft show we did over at Edge of Philly. We did like a draft report on Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I wasn't there for that one, but I know it's you're talking about. But yeah, but here's the thing with Atlanta, right? They're rebuilding so well. They're on the right track.
They
Like
are.
they got Bijan Robinson, who's arguably the 2nd best running back, because we
Great
already
player.
know who's the best running back in the league. We already know
Yeah.
that. They also have Drake London, who I'm a huge fan of, and Kyle Pitts. Like they're going in the right direction. So
I'll tell you-
I'm like, why
I'll
would
tell
they
you
do
what,
that? They're gonna need more than just a 3rd.
I'll tell you
And-
what, that Ray McLeod fella is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And like here's the other part of it. They still have a chip on the table, like a trading chip on the table.
Yeah.
Falcons do, because they have Kirk Cousins as a backup. So right
Right.
now, yes, he makes a lot of money, but when teams at the end of the season start to get desperate, like a team like Cleveland or a team like Seattle or something, someone that's got cap space, and needs that quarterback to get over the hump, they might be willing to pay a king's ransom for Kirk Cousins, and that might benefit the Falcons.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, we gotta do something here. I'm getting tired of Dallas Goedert getting injured. I feel like I'm watching Joel Embiid again.
Well,
Yeah.
there was the Kyle Pitts thing, and then what was the other one?
Was it
Michael Mayer, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish tight end. What
Yeah.
they call Baby Gronk. So
what team is he on actually? If I'm not mistaken, because I heard that
Michael
name too.
Mayer,
Give me the spelling. I'll look it up.
I think he was. I think it's Maher. I think.
Oh, it's spelled like Mar, like.
No, that's a politician.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I know. No, but there was a kicker named Brett Maher back. What was spelled Mahar, but it's the same thing.
I think he's with the Raiders, but like, cause he's with tandem with Bowers. I think that's why they wanted to get rid of him, because they had.
I'm gonna go to the Raiders depth chart.
Let me ask you about this too, about Brock Bowers too. You think?
Yes, he is on. He is on the Raiders. Good call.
Oh, he is
Joe.
on the Raiders.
Good call.
Okay.
Yep.
Good eye.
He's on.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing they got is that they only got him and Bowers, and who else do they got on that team that's effective?
Genty,
True.
the running back.
That's true. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that.
And they also got Geno Smith, his connection with Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Well,
Raiders are
who's the
going the right
receiver?
way.
Who's the receivers actually?
I got it right here. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, and Dante Thornton Jr.
I
and
remember
again, it sounds like a freaking law firm over there.
right?
Jacoby
Actually,
Myers, the way the names you just read off sounds like a law firm over there instead of a
Yeah.
football team.
It does. I gotta ask this. Are they Jewish over there? I just gotta ask.
they probably are. But
They
well,
gotta
Jacoby.
be.
Well, I think
Not
the
I'm
only.
Jewish. I can make that joke. I'm Jewish. I can make that joke.
Hey, look, I'm not offended. I don't care.
I know you're not.
I never get offended.
Anyhow, but
I'm an
like,
atheist, so
the
screw
one,
it.
the one
Damn.
thing that you can be, you
No,
know,
I'm just
you
kidding.
can be
No, you're-
clear on with the Raiders is that they're still in rebuilding stages, but with having Chip Kelly there, which I'm telling
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
now, I am telling everyone now, so prepare, everyone in Vegas, prepare. Pete Carroll is like 80 years old. Okay?
Yeah.
It's true.
Chip Kelly is the heir apparent to Pete Carroll. So
Yeah.
even though you might think, well, we got Pete Carroll, yeah, for this year and maybe one more year until like his arthritis kicks in or his hearing aids kunk out, whichever comes first. But
Hey, look, Danny Smith's still around too, man.
who knows? I mean, but but if Chip Kelly takes over that head coaching role, we all know here in Philly what he does to rosters. So
Well,
that could get an overhaul.
well, that game last week, that was a close game, right? Or it wasn't as close as it seemed, right? Because I wanted to, the reason why I bring it up here is because, like, you remember closely the Chip Kelly first game here in Philadelphia.
Oh,
It was a rout, and
yeah.
and then out of nowhere it was like a sweat from the third quarter and so on. And it's like, I remember watching that game and I was like saying to myself, "Oh, we're up 33-0. Nothing could stop us," until Chip Kelly didn't know how to play friggin' defense.
Right. It was like, oh wait, you mean having 80 plays on offense isn't effective football?
Imbecile. Friggin' imbecile he was.
No, it's not.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we're gonna bring up the matchups going into this, and I have this website right here, actually from what is it? From Sports Philadelphia. So there we go. The first one is the matchups we got to look out for, and that is the Eagles cornerbacks against the Chiefs depleted wide receivers. And like I said before, this is a good one for Adoree Jackson to be the CB2.
Sure.
It is. So I'm gonna go with James. How do you feel about this one, man? About Eagles cornerbacks and against the Chiefs depleted wide receivers.
It's a fair argument because you saw what happened last week with Adoree.
Yeah.
And how he basically really didn't look like himself. So for me, I think that's going to be something to keep a close on. Obviously, Xavier Worthy ain't going to be there. Rashid Rice is not going to be there. So this is going to be the game that we're going to probably have to see either Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, the one thing we all know with Juju Smith-Schuster, he likes to talk. But now the question is that what do they do with Smith-Schuster? Do they match him up with Quinyon Mitchell, or they put him on Adoree Jackson's side? Because I say right now, if Smith-Schuster is their top-notch receiver, I'm putting Quinyon Mitchell on him, and I think Quinyon Mitchell will do a good job with that, especially.
Oh, thank you. I would do a great job against TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just be sure that Juju talks more bark than talks about it. But no, all joking aside. But if it's Quinyon, if it's Q, I think that's gonna be. If it's Juju Smith-Schuster being guarded by Q, I think Quinyon's got that all day too.
All right, Joe.
So the other big receiver that they have is the rookie that they picked up, Thornton. And he ran a 4.28 40. He's a burner like Xavier Worthy. That's why when I was watching,
I never heard of this guy. Gonna admit,
and he's not like, he's kind of like that underrated guy like Xavier Worthy was coming out of the combine, but he was just known as a burner. Like he he was up there with Worthy's time in the 40 the year after. And I'm like, wait, they just got the 2 fastest receivers in consecutive drafts. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Right.
But here's the thing. So Thornton is in there. I would put him against Q because I would want Q to just kind of stifle him. He's rookie. He can easily get frustrated. I think Adoree Jackson and Juju would be okay. And it's more. I am more interested in seeing what whoever that third receiver is, whether they just go with Kelsey and you see Cooper DeJean kind of blanket him, or bring in Nakuba and see what he can do down in the box. I think you're going to see a little bit more pressure coming from the secondary this week.
That's a
I
fair
think
argument.
you might see some corner blitzes.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy to think about because you bring up a good point here. I think it's probably one of the reasons that I have the same kind of calling card as you do. Because you think about it right now. I mean, if they got Travis Kelsey as one of the receivers, Jahan Campbell's going to cover him like a blanket. He's going to cover him he's going to be. He's not going to be open as many times. He's not going to be as open if Jahan Campbell's like guarding Travis Kelsey. It happened last week when he was guarding Jake Ferguson, and we never heard his name that whole entire game. So that's something to keep a close eye on too. So
zone Kelsey out of the game, and you limit what Mahomes can do.
Exactly. Same thing my dad says. You got to put pressure on Mahomes and to keep him from having time to throw at the same time too. That's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. And next up, I already said what I had to say earlier about that matchup. So the next one is Jalen Hunt versus Josh Simmons, which I think is pretty interesting. I'm going to start with Joe on this one.
Well, I've said from the gate that I think Jalen Hunt's going to have a good year. And I think when you go against the guy like Simmons, who's a rookie, I believe, he's young, he's inexperienced. Jalen Hunt is older, but maybe by like a year. But my feeling is Jalen, I think, is going to beat that matchup. I do not think that this offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs is going to fare very well this week.
Right.
No. James?
Yeah, I mean, what Jalen Hunt too is it's kind of like two players that are like still trying to find what their footing is. I mean, I'm not sure I heard about Josh Simmons. He's probably he's a rookie, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He is a rookie.
I think rookie or second year. Yeah. I'll look it up.
Well,
I'll look it up.
Well, the other thing too, it's not like we're going to deal with Creed Humphrey or even like somebody on that type of football. So they got a lot of young talent on that team that still hasn't found their footing yet, especially with Mahomes. So this is going to be this could be a game that Jalen Hunt somehow in some way.
He was actually at the last pick in the first round this year.
Oh, wow.
He was actually the 32nd pick, and he played for Ohio State. So I hate him. I hate him. Right out of the gate, I hate him.
We can all go. Yeah, right.
Thank God he's not over here.
No, Mitch, you mispronounced it. It's the Ohio State University.
It's the fuck guys. That's who it is. It's the fuck guys.
Well, he has the same last name as another player that used to be yours, so I hate him now too.
Yeah.
Because especially with Simmons, he probably doesn't know how to guard somebody, just like Ben Simmons couldn't.
Don't even get me started. We did a video on Hardcore Sports.
I know.
No, it's good. It's good. Just keep going.
No, it's fine. It's all good. No, but I'm saying is, I think this is going to be the game that Jalen Hunt like shows what he's worth here against Mahomes, still like he did in that Super Bowl. That's all I was just going to say. No. I think Jalen Hunt's going to be a big X factor this week, especially with Josh Simmons guarding him.
That's a great point, James. That Jalen Hunt had a good game against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So
that he did.
A good point.
Wait a minute. Why did I Google it where Josh Simmons was drafted when it was right here on the website? Why?
Because you wanted to know that he went to the Ohio State University.
No, it says it right here. It says it right here. go. It says it right here in the damn article, and
Oh
I
wow,
still looked it up.
the Chiefs drafted out. Oh my god, it does. It really does. Oh
Anyone to
Jesus! Right in front of you. It was right in front of
You're
you.
punishing yourself. I don't understand. Why are you punishing yourself?
Next up, it's Vic Fangio versus Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That's the next one. I think that one's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah,
That
I
one's kind
mean,
of obvious.
Yeah.
pursuit on just Fangio put a lot of pursuit on Mahomes, and it's basically said on the article here. It's a masterclass what he did in that Super Bowl, and also
Yeah.
made him scramble 6 times. So that's what you
And
got to do again with
here-
Bond and John Campbell and everybody else.
Here's the difference between the Super Bowl and now, and it's what happened last week. I think Kansas City's desperate.
Yeah,
I
think
just
so.
just like Dallas. I think we dealt with a desperate Cowboys team last week. I think we're dealing with a desperate Chiefs team this week because they're coming home. They got their ass whooped by the team that's coming in on their home opener,
Mm-hmm.
and we're looking to do it again.
Mm.
And they don't have a lot of pieces that make their team right. They're not whole. And so, my feeling is if Patrick Mahomes going to put the cape on, this is the game. But you best believe that Vic Fangio is going to throw so many things at Patrick Mahomes, it's going to try and confuse him. So Patrick Mahomes is going to have to put the cape on. I give the nod to Patrick Mahomes because he's desperate.
For sure.
Yep. Is this a must win for the Chiefs?
I would think so.
I'm going to go no. I'm going to go no. Because once you have Patrick Mahomes, you're fine. And I know for a fact that they have never started 0-2 with Mahomes. They never did in his career. So for me, I'm going to say it's not because you just have Mahomes.
Well,
the difference is
you just saying that, Mitch, may change my mind.
Yeah.
And not in the positive way. If he's never gone 0-2 in his career, what happens when Patrick Mahomes does? Like what Patrick Mahomes do we see then? Like
exactly.
You got to remember they lost a divisional game in Brazil to the Chargers. The Chargers who put up a route offensively on them. Their defense, the Kansas City Chiefs defense, got exposed. And I got to be honest, like this is one of the reasons why I say, and I think I said this a couple of weeks ago on this show, Andy Reid is a good coach. Don't get me wrong. He's going to go down as one of the best head coaches in the league and in history of the league. Here's where I kind of go sideways. When Andy Reid gets too big for his britches, and what I mean by that is he thinks he can put all the pressure on his quarterback and really do, get little to no help for his quarterback with his receivers. Could you imagine if Donovan McNabb and Andy Reid had a guy like A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Saquon Barkley? Like, we would have won Super Bowls back then. But and you look at Patrick Mahomes having Tyreek Hill and Miko Hardman, Travis Kelce, like he had a good thing, but you're without 2 of your top receivers, and you got the defending champions coming in that gave you an ass whooping on national television. And now all eyes, because it's an afternoon slot, all eyes will be on you again. So I think, first off, we already know that Chiefs Kingdom, that Arrowhead's going to be lit. It's going to be absolutely nuts. But if the Eagles get out to a fast start, that might become the quiet asylum. And I am I don't know if Pat can overcome that.
Yeah.
So
I'm right there with you.
We got a couple comments from your dad here, James.
Sure.
Here, why don't you read? We're gonna start off with this one.
Sure. He says the Eagles need to beware a bit of a wounded animal in KC. So that makes a lot of sense. And he says also that I think the Eagles broke the Chiefs' mystique in the Super Bowl. So,
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you this right now. They're not the favorite in the AFC.
no.
They are not the favorites in the AFC. Who, in
Who
your
is
opinion,
actually?
is the favorite in the AFC?
Bills.
Who's the best?
The Bills.
The Bills? The Bills.
No. I would say
Now,
Ravens, but maybe Bills.
Ravens choke. Ravens choke. So I can't. I'm going with Buffalo.
I
Or
gotta go with
under
Buffalo,
or a
too.
dark horse. Chargers. They're my dark horse.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's your ex-Michigan head coach. Don't do that.
I need to say something.
That's not professional, Mitch. Don't do
Hey,
that.
hey, I'm a Michigan fan. I'm getting ready for the game tomorrow, which we have to win. But look,
I'm getting ready for game two tomorrow. Temple Owls versus Oklahoma Sooners.
The Sooners. Booner Sooners.
Yeah, we lost.
Baby.
We lost to Oklahoma. Michigan lost to Oklahoma.
But so
that's at the link tomorrow too, right?
Yeah.
14, oh wow,
that's gonna be crazy.
Oklahoma Sooners coming into town.
Next up.
Here's my thing. Go ahead.
No, you go.
So here's my thing about the dark horse in the AFC. I actually believe, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually think the Jets are a dark horse in the AFC. I think Justin Fields is going to turn a lot of heads. If he can stay healthy, that team is well on its way to being a playoff contending team.
I'll tell you what, though. Aaron Glenn's a good coach. I mean, Aaron Glenn reminds me so much of Anthony Lynn back when he was a coach of the Chargers.
Yeah.
How he produced that team into a good football team. Not saying that Harbaugh did or anything, but that's it. But
I'm gonna tell you guys this. Give me a second. I need to find it. My buddy is a diehard Jets fan, and I gotta find out what he texted me. It was you know what? I know off memory. He was like, "We don't stand a chance. I want the first pick." He has no faith in Justin Fields.
Oh my God.
He has no faith in his team.
Did he not watch the Pittsburgh game?
It was a good game.
He has no faith in his team.
I am not a Jets fan by any stretch of the imagination.
You're acting like a Jets fan right now.
I don't think anybody would admit that they're a Jets fan. Let's just be clear about that.
Maybe like 15 years. Maybe 15 years ago before the butt fumble.
I know a couple Jets fans.
Okay, and they admit that openly.
Yes.
I feel bad for them.
Yes,
but
they do.
So here's my thing: is I'm not a Jet fan, but I watched the Pittsburgh game with the Jets. Justin Fields went toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers. He went toe to toe in a game. It was probably one of the best games outside of Buffalo. It was one of the best games, at least on Sunday.
I don't know. He had no faith in the team. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: if Rex Ryan was still the coach and Justin Fields was his quarterback, you think he'll have faith? If it
No.
No. My buddy hasn't had faith since he was born, and he's like, what is he? 20?
Damn.
28.
So he wasn't even. He
might even be younger than that.
He was a young when the whole, what do you call it? The whole Rex Ryan started. When Rex Ryan.
Well, he doesn't even know who Broadway Joe is.
No. Majority of his life, the Jets have really sucked. I mean,
we don't play against them, right? We don't play against.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Cool. But I don't have to bring my buddy on and embarrass him on live TV. Okay.
No, but you know what? I think I have I'll tell you a long story short. I was a big closet Jets fan. Before the butt fumble, I was a closet Jets fan because I was tired. I was trying to change hands about what a real football team was like. So I was a big fan of Rex Ryan because of Buddy, obviously. Buddy Ryan, Rex Ryan, Eagles connection, knock on wood.
Right.
And also, I was a big Santonio Holmes fan. That's why I became a big So I was like saying to myself, when he went to the Steelers, I said, okay, if he goes to the Jets, that's where they're going to. I mean, it was a different time. I mean,
I can respect that. I liked San Antonio Holmes as a player.
I mean, they had
remember
Brandon Edwards too. He was a good player too.
Yeah,
Remember when he played for the Commanders?
Yeah,
I
right.
hated playing against him.
No, you're thinking of Pierre Garcon. Garcon was
No, San
another
Antonio
one.
Holmes played for the Commanders too, right?
Wait, really? I didn't know that.
Did he?
I don't know.
Didn't
I
he?
can't remember. I can't remember.
But San Antonio
got it.
Holmes started with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I
Yeah,
remember the
yeah.
game in the Super Bowl with the Steelers and the Cardinals. You want to talk about
Okay,
a
my
game?
bad. I was talking about another one. It was the
Oh
Steelers,
no, you're thinking of
Jets, and
Santana
Bears.
Moss.
I was thinking
Santana Moss.
Santana Moss. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he played for the Steelers, Jets, and the Bears.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Steelers go if you get a chance, go on YouTube and look at that Steelers Cardinals Super Bowl. I'm telling you right
Oh,
now,
I remember that. I remember that catch.
it was a game that
For the
was
ages.
like epic. And I mean, you want to talk about Super Bowl 52 with the Eagles and the Patriots going back and forth?
Oh
This was that
That-
and more.
That game was like a seesaw, man. It was like one game, like the Cardinals having a lead, and it was just like. It actually, the one thing I saw was that in that
felt
game,
like it reverted down to Larry Fitzgerald versus Antonio Holmes. I think I said that to my buddy.
that's like, incredible.
That's like, okay, they're just going to
But
throw it
also
to that
remember
guy.
too, James Harrison ran the ball back 99 yards
Yep.
for that. I mean, that was like simply iconic too. But the thing with that Steelers team and also the thing with that Jets team is that that's where I got the Danny Woodhead combination with Will Shipley. Because I seen Danny Woodhead play when he was a member of the Jets, and he reminded me of Will Shipley. It's like, Shipley's like another Danny Woodhead. And I think, I mean, he was good later on in life, but hopefully Shipley will be back to normal, back to healthy again. Because once he's effective, man, I'm saying it right now, he still reminds me of Danny Woodhead.
So I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to go as far with the Jets as Vinny Testaverde and Brett Favre.
Nah,
I was going to say I lost all respect for him. If you go with Testy and Brett Favre, I don't know.
The difference is with Testaverde was like, and Chad Pennington, it was more like it was not a good time. I mean, Herm Edwards. No. I mean, I felt bad for Herm Edwards going to make because like he was on a bad team.
Another former Eagle,
right?
Yeah, it's
and they had the same colors as the Eagles too. They were like kind of like a greenish color too. So it was like, I mean, believe it or not, I mean, Schottenheimer when he was a Cowboys coach, he was actually one guy that I said, this is one guy that has to come in there and rip these fucking guys a new one, especially the 2011 Eagles and the 2012, like the Gus Bradleys of the world too. So I said to myself, that's one guy that was on my calling card looking for offensive coordinators. But I see it now. It's just like, Schottenheimer's not his father. He's not.
Why we're talking about top teams in the AFC and dark horses in the AFC. Yeah. I got to ask. You had the Packers and you had the Commanders last night. And the Packers handed the Commanders their ass.
Right.
My question to you guys is real simple. Has your mindset changed that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC? Or do you feel like the Packers are the top team?
Eagles are the best team. I'm still going to stick with the Eagles because on paper, you look at what they got, and it's close. I think it is close, especially after the Micah Parsons thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got to go Eagles. And here's the funny thing: during the post game last night, when Micah was at the thing. The fans were saying, "Thank you, Gary," and he was like, he was raising his arms up. He was like, "Yeah, let me hear it." Saying, "Thank you,
I see
Gary."
that. I see that stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
I think the Eagles. I think right now, if I had to say right now, I say that if this comes down to it, I think it's going to be the Eagles and the Packers for that NFC Championship game come January.
Yeah.
If the Eagles continue to play their cards right, I think it could be Green Bay and Eagles for that championship game this year. The way it looks right now.
I heard it's going to be the Packers and Bills in the Super Bowl. That would not be bad.
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, you think about it. I mean, the Packers.
I
never hated the Packers.
Fan bases. I'll say that.
Tables and cheese.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, bud.
What'd you say, Joe? I'm sorry.
I said they're both ravenous fan bases.
Yeah.
So the NFL would
Yeah.
love it. But
Yeah.
I like here's my thing. I don't think the Packers are good. Like that, I guess that's my question. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know if the Packers are legitimately better than the Eagles because I
Right.
still don't have faith that the Packers have enough offensive weapons to outgun the Eagles offensively. I
Yeah.
just don't think they do. Um Now what that game last night showed me was the Commanders aren't as good as what people expected them to be coming into the
Mhm.
Well,
season.
Austin Eckler tore his Achilles.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen that.
He tore his Achilles. He's
That's
done.
what happens when you bring in old guys. Like they
Gee,
expect a break.
Daryl
I wonder who's doing
Morey,
that too. I wonder who.
Josh Harris.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct.
I can keep going. I can talk about them on my channel forever.
You know, it's funny. The Sixers and the Commanders are like this. Are basically the same breed. They got old players. They brought in Debo, and the same thing the Sixers brought in with Paul George. And oh god.
And what's the common
Oh
denominator? And what's the common denominator? Oh yeah, they have the same owner.
Yes,
the same owner.
but
Same
Josh
exact
Harris
thing.
cares more about the Commanders.
And
So
yet the Commanders are going to go just like the
yeah,
Sixers.
because
You
they're the
suck.
oldest team in the NFL.
Thank you.
They're the oldest team in the NFL
I
by
had
like
to do it.
10 years.
I had to do it.
I mean, here's my thing too, Mitch. You have to keep in mind,
Yeah.
Josh Harris is getting a new stadium built for the Commanders, and that team sucks. You ain't getting that money back because you ain't filling that stadium. Like you got Jaden right now. You got Jaden Daniels and AARP around you. Like that. That's what you got.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Better have some better have a pension on you.
What receiver got hurt? Was there a receiver that got hurt, or was it?
No.
For the Packers?
Mm,
For the Packers, right? Reed.
Yeah. Oh, Reed got hurt.
Jalen
Jane
Reed. Yeah.
Reed. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got injured. I forget what it was. But yeah.
But he-
I don't think
And
it's
I
anything.
didn't- I got one question.
Sure.
Who should I start? Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert? And Herbert's against the Raiders.
Herbert.
But I got Travis Kelce as my tight end.
Yeah. Then Justin Herbert because you'll get points.
Well,
for
you
Travis.
can put Justin Herbert out. You got Brad Bowers on your team, right?
Actually, no.
I don't have Bar Powers.
Who's your backup tight end?
Yeah, who's your backup?
Who's your, give me 1 second. But guys, we're getting close. As I look this up, we're getting close to that predictions time, and you guys know we're keeping track on who had the closest score throughout the season.
Well, I failed miserably on the open.
Oh yeah, same here.
I gotta find it. I won.
Well, you were
won.
close with the well, I guess you were the closest.
I had 35-14. James had
Yeah.
44-21, and Joe had 45-24.
Yeah.
I won the first week, so I'll take one.
Outright.
To be
Right.
fair, if that
Outright.
first half was going to be the pace of that game, me and James
Yeah.
would have been
I
right.
didn't expect Jalen Carter to be
No one
ejected in that
did.
game either.
No one did, man. So let's go with Joe. What's your prediction for this game?
So it's like I said, I think this one is going to be a nail biter because I
Wow.
think that Patrick Mahomes is going to his back's against the wall. I
Sure.
think his back's against the wall. He's hearing a lot of he went from Apollo Creed to Apollo Creed's trainer in a better part of like 7 months. Okay. So now Rocky's coming back in, and we're Rocky 2, and he's going to knock him the hell out again. So here's my thing.
By the way, my backup tight end is Darren Waller, and he's out.
Ah.
Then you gotta go.
I'm
Bowers.
going Mahomes.
Gotta go
You
with
gotta go.
Bowers.
You gotta go. Well, you gotta go with Mahomes and
Kelsey. Yeah.
Damn.
But because
Yeah,
if
that
you go with,
sucks.
if you had a backup tight end that was worth a damn, I wouldn't start Kelsey because he's gonna get.
I would
double
have started. Yeah. I'm looking up. But what's your prediction?
So my prediction is Philadelphia Eagles 31, Kansas City 27.
So 31-27. Okay. 31. I like that score. 27. All right, James.
Well, I feel confident about it too. I think that this is going to be one of those games that, depending on what the defensive lineup's going to look like with Jalen Carter in the lineup, um, it will be a little
And
bit of a sweat as far as I know.
by the way, your dad is right. Your dad is right. He said, "See, this is why I hate fantasy because Mitch needs to have the enemy play well.
My own
I
worst
don't have
enemy.
any. I don't have any money on this. There's no money, so I could care less."
Yeah, that's all that matters too. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think the Eagles do this week. I think they, huh? Score.
Uh,
What's the score going to be? Um, it'll be a little bit of a sweat, but I think we'll like cruise control towards the end of the game. So I say the Eagles will win 27-20. I think it's going to be a 27-20 score.
Okay. I like that.
Because I mean,
Hmm.
I would say 31, but then again, Mahomes, like you know how much he gives you a fit all the time, and I mean,
Uh,
I don't want to make it close, but it's just I want to trust the defense. I do, but this is
all right.
maybe
So,
maybe it won't be maybe
in
this will be a
order
week
for
there'll be a
me,
sweat.
in order for me to win this week, I gotta pick lower than James or higher than Joe.
Wow,
So, in order for me to win, so
Jesus,
uh, okay, the Eagles are definitely. I don't see them getting anywhere over 30. I don't
okay,
think it's gonna go that high.
no,
So I'm gonna go 24-21, not 41. Oh my God, 24-21. That's what I got. Birds.
Okay.
so you're saying Jake Elliott's going to kick a field goal to win the game for them?
I don't feel confident about that. I don't. I really don't.
You have
You
better
know,
luck. You have a better chance of you hitting well on your fantasy than Jake Elliott.
you know what? 24-20. There we go.
There you go.
20.
I got
That's
24-20.
overwhelming.
Yeah, I got 24-20. James got 27-20, and Joe got 31-27. So there you have it, guys.
So we're basically in the same boat.
Yeah, we're all in the same ballpark. But 3 words or less about this game coming up on Sunday. And I got Jalen Carter time.
Mm. Mm.
That's my
3 words or
Chiefs,
less.
Chiefs Kingdom Falls.
nice creative. I like that.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Let's see. I don't.
What about? Ooh.
This is a tough one. The Real Mahomes. No, it's not. That's not 3. That's not 3 words. Okay, we'll show up, but no, it's not gonna happen. Cooper DeJean, phase 2.
Okay.
AJ goes off.
off.
That's even better.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. I like that
Saquon
too.
goes off. There we go. Saquon goes off. How?
All right. So, all right. We'll catch you all later, man. Enjoy your weekend of football. College football tomorrow as well. And yeah, press that like, press the notification bell, press that subscribe button. 4 away from 100 here. Let's go. Wait, what do you guys have on tomorrow?
We have Frank Finnegan coming on tomorrow to talk a little Phillies. Phillies are going through that hot tear that I said they were going to be. People talking about them being World Series contenders and top team in the MLB. Unlike somebody on this dossier who said that they were not
Hey.
going to do well.
How many games do we have left?
15.
15? I thought it was more than that. Really?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I thought it was more.
I think it's 15. I think he's one out Q. Well, nice one.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got 5 games left until we capture the division. If it
Yeah.
goes down tonight, yeah, 15. Yeah, that's about right.
So 15 games left. We're up by 11 in the division, so that's pretty much sealed. We have the Brewers are only up on us by 2 games, and we are up on the Dodgers, I think, by 4. And
Yeah.
so here's my thing. The division is ours. We're not a one and done team. This is a World Series contending team. You will hear more about that tomorrow morning, as well as more Eagles talk. We will break down some of the matchups as well as some of the hiccups that the Chiefs possibly could face again this coming Sunday.
Mm.
You can check that out at the Hardcore Sports Network at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch you guys later, man. Let's go, Birds.